Hi, my name is Rob Vanderlinden. This video is on appendix number 5, strategies for dealing with a must-be right CP. It is found on pages 70, 71, and 72 in the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association Manual, LTC 714. This situation starts with the CP entering the front office of the school, angry and upset about the lack of playing time for her son and his lack of playing time the son is receiving, and is blaming the coach. The CP entered the office and addressed the secretary, demanding to see the AD. The AD immediately took the CP to a separate room and worked at defusing the issue. Once in the separate room, in this case the AD's office, the CP stayed angry and began swearing at the AD. Through the yelling and the swearing, she explained that her son was a senior, never missed practice, does his schoolwork, and has been part of the program for 4 years. Explains that he was a regular in middle school but is not at the high school, and it's Coach Jones's fault, and he isn't fair, and he's not communicating with them to say why he's not receiving the playing time. She admits that she or her son has not confronted or talked to the Coach Johnson about the issue, and claims that he is unapproachable. The questions that go along with this scenario are, number one, what is the root of the problem? This can be a couple of different problems. One being an unrealistic expectations of the parent and or player. Most coaches have seen this before and have to answer questions about playing time quite frequently to both athletes and parents when they are not getting as much as they expect. The second could be just the lack of communication between the coach and the player. I would hope that within the 4 years of the coach having this player, the player would know where he stands, and the coach has communicated with the player through the years and has told him and showed him what he needs to do to get better. There could be many reasons for the lack of playing time: attitude, skills, doesn't play defense, doesn't rebound, a wide range of reasons why he couldn't be playing, and I'm sure he has discussed that with the player before. Question 2, what else could be done? Even though it was mentioned in the scenario, the AD suggested a meeting with all the concerned parties, the parent, the athlete, the coach, and the AD. I think that is the best scenario, having them all come in and sit down and talk. Is there question 3, is there a system problem that needs to be addressed? In this case, I would say yes. At my school district, Boonville High School, it is made very clear by the administration that there is a process an athlete or a parent needs to go through if there's a complaint about playing time or about a coach. This process is in the handbook, plus mentioned at the parent meeting at the beginning of every school or beginning of every season. The first thing that is mentioned in there is never confront a coach immediately after a game. A parent athlete needs to set up an appointment with the coach the following day, during the coach's plan period, or before or after school. That does not conflict with the practice. The second thing, the athletic director or other administrator will not take a meeting with a parent concerning playing time without first meeting with the coach. And the third thing, an irate parent would meet with more than one administrator. If a parent would come into the office yelling and cussing, in this case at Boonville High School, not only the athletic director would take them to another office, but another administrator would also be present for the meeting. In this scenario, I don't think the AD had a choice. He or she had to remove the CP from the front office and diffuse the scene that was taking place. The secretary, who knows the process, could have mentioned this to the CP or mentioned the policy to the CP, but I think that would have I don't think this would have diffused it in the case. I think it would have made it worse. But if she would have explained the scenario or explained the policy to the parent at the time, it may have diffused the situation right away, and the parent may have called to make an appointment. Question 4, what remedy would you suggest? I would set up a meeting with all concerned parties. I would start the meeting by taking 2 to 3 minutes at the beginning of it and having both the coach and the athlete fill out the credibility self-assessment evaluation forms. This would get the conversation started by comparing the coaches and the players' evaluation form. If the CP, this would also be able to look at both scenarios and see where the coach and the player greatly differ in the areas that they disagree on. Question 5, if the CP declines the meeting and review data, what alternatives could you suggest? If the CP declines the meeting, I would still set up a meeting with the coach and the athlete. I would still have them fill out the self-assessment evaluation form and review both of them from the coach's aspect and the players. By getting those results, you can see where they differ and you can talk about it. I mentioned earlier that after 4 years of being in the program, I'm sure the coach has communicated with this player on ways of improving or gaining playing time. In this case, since the player has not been a regular starter or received playing time in his 4 years, I would say this is a case of parent having unreal expectations for their son or daughter.